Welcome back to Raw is Retro on the Sharpshooters Wrestling YouTube channel. I am your host Ross. With me as ever is Lord Manny Hayes.
It's an interesting day, Ross.
Interesting day.
The World Cup has started.
Oh yeah,
The World Cup has started.
The Christmas World Cup.
England today are playing the USA.
Oof.
So it's Raw is Retro versus the Sharpshooters original.
Nice. We should can we live stream the game? We can't, can we? That'd be illegal and very.
You could do a watch along, but I've actually paid £100 deposits to pubs to watch the game.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's £10 per person, so we booked a table of 5. So it's £50 deposit.
Wow.
Each night.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And it's a Friday. It's just like, oh, do I want to be outside with knobheads on a Friday?
In London. Yeah.
In London.
Watching football. Yeah. Fair enough. I'm going to be sat on my sofa watching it in the comfort of my own home, probably. But yes, the World Cup is here, but we are still here regardless. We are talking about wrestling from 1998 because that's what we want to do. This is Raw is Retro, where we go back in time to watch wrestling and talk about it. Where are we this week? We're in the Schottenstein Centre in Columbus,
I don't
Ohio.
think that exists anymore.
I don't reckon that does, no. Someone will tell us in the comments if that does exist and say they were there last week watching something. But yeah, we're in Ohio. I got the right state at least. We're in Columbus. I know that's in Ohio. Let's kick it off. What do we kick it off with? A blackout incident. For Steve Austin.
Yeah, Steve Austin had a blackout in a live event. Or a house show, as they were called then.
House shows, yep. Not a live event, but yeah. So he's at the San Jose Medical Center, which San Jose is not in Ohio. I don't know my American geography that great, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's not.
That's in Miami.
Near, yeah,
Florida.
He's not near. Where
the show. Yeah.
He's off.
Vince and Shane head down to the ring to start the Raw, which I feel like is going to become the norm. I feel like the corporation are going to start every episode of Raw from now on.
Yeah, or Vince, or whoever their victim of the week is will come out first.
Yeah, yeah, basically until they get screwed by the McMahons. Yeah, Vince will be announcing a new impartial commissioner tonight. Shawn Michaels, a man who just not a few months ago now, kind of half a year ago, was in DX and was the leader of DX and wasn't massively impartial. So we'll see how he gets on as the new impartial commissioner.
Immediately sets up a main event match with The Rock defending his WWF title against
who?
The man of the hour, the now very hot X-Pac.
Member of what stable is he part of? Man, just remind me.
I think DX.
Okay, that rings a bell with Shawn Michaels, but maybe he's impartial, so who knows? Yeah, Shawn's helping out his Click Boy straight away. Kevin Kelly is backstage with the ICP and the Oddities. I bet that was a fucking nightmare for him.
What is that? If I told this to Marcus right now, Kevin Kelly is in the ICP, he'd probably have a stroke.
We should get this clip sorted for next week's Tuesday show and just show him it. The ICP was supposed to wrestle the Headbangers tonight, but they don't feel that they're ready as a team and ask the Oddities to take the match instead. I mean, who cares? Really, who cares? Aren't the Headbangers heels?
Yeah.
So the ICP and the Oddities are supposed to be the faces in this. The ICP are not faces. Yeah, it's awful. The Oddities take the match anyway. Mosh wins with the schoolboy on Golga. I mean, impressive to get Golga in a schoolboy, to be fair. Thrasher does wrap his t-shirt around his neck as Mosh pulls him back, but still, it's a schoolboy for the win in a minute and a half.
And then Shaggy Too Dope spray paints Kurgan Giant Silver, and Luna in the eyes. And then while Luna is blinded, they cut Luna's hair.
How dare they? They've cut Sable's hair a few weeks back. Now they getting Luna. Or they've attacked Sable. Now they're attacking Luna. I mean, great. I just don't care. Like
Yeah.
any of these, the 6, 7, 8 people in this feud, I just don't care about any of them. We get a video package of Kane's behaviour for these past few weeks, where he's just destroying everyone and anyone that comes into sight. Which
I don't like
I'm
what
a
you just
fan
did
of.
there, Ross. I don't
What's
like
that?
what you just did there.
What was I-
You've left out a key word in what that note said.
What was it say? I was in
Insane behavior. It's like you, Ross, are advocating his behavior, his insane behavior, by not saying it was insane.
I'm one of Kane's sponsors, and I'm Insane Behaviour Anonymous. I'm all for what Kane's been doing. I shall not shame him for it. We get a match between Steve Blackman and the Blue Blazer. Is it Owen Hart? Is it the Blue Blazer? Who knows? All we do know, it's not Owen Hart, is it?
It's not Owen Hart.
No, we do know. There's a really
This
bad
one had to be Jeff Jarrett.
enziguri.
This one felt like it was Jeff Jarrett.
There's a really bad enziguri, which Owen does hit perfectly every time. So yeah, it's not Owen. Blackman wins. He gets a bicycle kick, which is a terrible finisher, really. Like, even Sheamus. Well, for Blackman,
Sheamus changed it. Lash Legend uses it now. Who else uses it? Some other person uses a pump kick. Oh,
Blackman's not big enough. B-Fab. The best wrestler in WWE. He unmasks the Blue Blazer, but Owen Hart runs down and chop blocks Blackman's legs. Why is Blackman why does he care so much about who the Blue Blazer is? I don't know why he cares.
To know. They need to. He wants Owen Hart out of WWE.
We get exclusive footage of Austin collapsing in San Jose. He's doing his corner stuff and he just collapses. JR says he has headaches, nausea, and dizziness. I mean, pretty much concussion symptoms right there. He did get twatted in the face with a shovel last week, so that would explain it.
It doesn't take that long. By the looks of that clip, Steve had already been wrestling. So,
yeah. It's a slow-acting concussion, this one. You can strike it any time. We get D'Lo and Mark Henry versus 2 members of the Brood. Laura refers to Henry as sexual chocolate, which I love. I like sexual chocolate Mark Henry. I like the ring attire. Dressing up like a big chocolate bar is a great way to put your gimmick over. This match goes 7 minutes.
Yeah, unnecessary. 7 minutes
how?
Long. So unnecessary.
China shows up again. Distracts Henry.
Agrees to the date.
Yeah.
They lose. Yeah. And then, because she's agreed to the date, Mark Henry could not care less that he lost.
Couldn't care less.
He celebrated like he had just won the Super Bowl.
How does he go from China to Mae Young? Like, the sexual chocolate thing falls off a cliff very quickly if that's where it ends up.
Porn does things to people, Ross.
True, it does. We go to the San Jose Medical Center. It's not a hospital; it's a medical center where we talk to Austin's doctor. He's suffered a concussion. Who would have thought? Eh? Who would have thunk it?
Do you know what I enjoyed about this was? Jim Ross was like trying to conduct an interview whilst people were talking to Steve Austin at the same time. Like, what are you trying to do? Like that just sounds ridiculous.
Not professional, Jim. Our kaboom of the week, presented by the JVC Kaboom Box, is of course Austin getting twatted in the face of a shovel. Because nothing else has been that kabooming in the past week or so. We see Shawn Michaels, fraternising with the X backstage. Who'd have thunk it, eh? Who would have thunk it? The impartial new commissioner with his old boys backstage. Goldust versus Mark Marrow, which seems like a match from March and April and May.
But PMS, the Pretty Mean Sisters, they haven't been referred to as that yet. No. But they've come in dressed to the ring, dressed to the nines, these 2 ladies.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is the one where Terry pretty much is not wearing a bra, and all you see is underboob.
Yes.
I don't know why I've been able to recall that quite well.
She's wearing a whole lot of nothing, is what my notes say.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what King says.
King.
Yeah, and then so Terry gets in the ring, stomps on Goldust, and then she gives Mero shattered dreams. And then Terry and Jacqueline share a high five, and I think we've got an alliance here.
Terrible. Well, I mean, I'm all for everyone having a storyline, but this is terrible. We go back to the medical center again. JR asks Austin how he feels about the Buried Alive match. Then JR just tells him to calm down and get some rest after he got him all wound up in the first place. Great work, Jim. Great work. We get WWF Rewind presented by Glover for the N64/PC. I don't remember this game at all.
See, the only thing about this is I remember Mario in Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
I think for N64 where you fight the glove.
Just looking at the box cover now, and I've never seen that before. It's literally a glove on a ball.
I don't recall that at all. But I was never an N64 kid.
I only was for WCW versus NWO Revenge and the World Tour. Basically, that was the only reason I bought an N64.
I never played it. I don't hype up any N64 wrestling game.
The only thing making me want to play this AEW game is the fact that it's that. We rejoin the action and we're in the war zone. It is a hardcore title match between Mankind, the Bossman, and Ken Shamrock, which seems slightly weighted against Mankind. It's a 2-on-1, effectively, isn't it?
Essentially, yeah, because it wasn't like a couple of weeks ago where it was Ken Shamrock, Mankind, and The Rock as one team, but they instead decided to fight each other.
Yeah.
But this is where he's helped out by Bob Holly and Scorpio.
Some boys appear, some actual proper boys, a boys stable of Bob Holly and Scorpio and Al Snow all appear and help him out. So yeah, we've missed the formation of the Job Squad. It must have happened between the last two episodes of Raw on Sunday Night Heat, I guess.
Yeah, I just don't know where it came from. This is very confusing.
They had great T-shirts, the Job Squad, as well. For a little group that are so shit, they had a really nice T-shirt. I was always a fan of it. Never got it, though. Mankind wins with a roll-up. This is the night of roll-ups, apparently. Shamrock and Bossman just beat up Mankind after the match and back through the curtain. Just a hot mess, but a quite entertaining one, so that's fine. We go back to... There's a hearse outside the San Jose Medical Center now. I mean, if Austin was pissed earlier, after JR winded him up, he's going to be slightly more annoyed now. Undertaker and Bearer try to smother Steve Austin in this.
How is this not attempted murder?
Yeah.
Like, it's on camera.
Yeah. Undertaker has done this a few times. Through his career.
They're not actually in a ring wrestling or anything.
No.
This man's in hospital murder
with a concussion. You're going to smother him. Taker tells Austin that this is his last ride, which is a lovely little setup for a few years' time.
So I'm pretty sure hospitals are busy places.
Yeah,
you're telling me no one noticed him being dragging out Steve Austin to the hearse parked outside the hospital? You have to go past so many people.
Yeah, like reception desks, waiting rooms, doctors' rooms, consultant rooms, like all this sort of stuff. Yeah, how has no one seen this and helped? Because it's Steve Austin, one of the most famous men in the world right now. Our next match is a light heavyweight championship match featuring Christian versus Dwayne Gill. Why is this here? To give Christian something to do?
They said Dwayne Gill got a raw deal at Survivor Series because he had to face Mankind.
Yeah, fair.
So maybe this is Commissioner Shawn Michaels doing Dwayne Gill right. Is what was being said on commentary.
Yeah,
and I just want to point out how much I love Dwayne Gill's entrance music. Do yourself a favor if you're watching this.
Yeah.
Google Dwayne Gill's entrance music after this.
Yeah. I think you should start the Tuesday show with that as well. See if Marcus picks up. Christian hits the Impaler on Gill, but Scorpio flies in out of nowhere. The Job Squad's all over this second hour of Raw and puts Dwayne Gill on top of Christian, and Gill wins the light heavyweight title. So yeah, Grain Dill. Dwayne Gill is our new light heavyweight champion. I don't expect we'll see this title defended particularly often.
I think this is the death of the light heavyweight title.
What a shame, man. What a shame.
I think this is because he ends up becoming Gilbert,
yeah.
And then walking around with that title because Goldberg was the champion at the time at the same time. I think
is this it until
the light heavyweight title? I think.
Is this it until we have to cover 205 Live when we're in our late 50s? So,
that's the cruiserweight title. The light heavyweight, I think, is a little bit.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it just disappears. We go back to Austin and Barrow, now trying to bury Steve Austin. Going to embalm him next. They just straight up trying to murder Steve Austin.
All on camera.
Yeah,
all on camera.
Idiots. We see the Godfather taking on Tiger Ali Singh. The Godfather's got his hose with him. Tiger Ali Singh's got Babu with him. The comments on this one. If the Austin angle doesn't get you down, here's some prostitutes. Godfather gives Singh a chance to get his ass kicked or spend the night with one of his Buckeye halls for cash. Brilliant. Regal's out though. After what happened last week, he's not happy still. And they double team Godfather. Val Venis comes out to make the save. Because of course he'd help the pimps, wouldn't he? It makes sense.
Yeah.
Venis and Godfather, good bedfellows. I mean, what a mess this is. There's a rumor going around that Val and Godfather will become a team with the name Supply and Demand. We see Shawn Michaels talking to Earl Hebner. I bet that wasn't too awkward for poor Earl. And then we get the Outlaws taking on Scorpio and Bob Holly with Al Snow and Dwayne Gill. Was he a part of the Job Squad? I thought it was just the three of them.
He's become a part of the Job Squad.
Yeah, I don't remember this. Maybe he was like when people refer to DX and forget about Rick Rude as one of the founding members.
Oh, wait. By the way, this wasn't the end of the light heavyweight title.
Was it not?
Dwayne Gill had held the title.
Yeah.
From 98. Apparently dropped it to S.A. Rios in February the 8th, 2000.
Oh, wow.
Dwayne Gill is the longest reigning light heavyweight champion ever.
Amazing. And we will cover that match at some point in the future. About 18 months' time, we will get to Dwayne Gill losing his title. We've seen the start of an epic reign. I reckon he would defend that title
Takamichi
3 times.
Noku would have had the longest reign, but no.
Yeah, Dwayne Gill. I'm going to say now, when we get to the SRS match, I reckon we've seen Dwayne Gill defend that title. I'm going to set it over/under 2.5. What are you saying?
I'm going to say 5 times.
Fair enough. As to this match, though, Mankind appears with a leaf blower, whacks Billy Gunn in the face. I'm quite a fan of. I love Billy Gunn, but
I didn't understand the point of the leaf blower.
No, it's Mankind. He's lost his mind, hasn't he? Bossman and Shamrock come back out to get Mankind again. There's so much going on at this point. There's just people everywhere. There's half of DX out here. The entire Job Squad are out here. It's chaos, basically. The Stooges leave with the Outlaws to end the match. Weird. We then cut to a funeral parlour because, by all accounts, Austin's just dead at this point. So they're going to embalm him. Taker lays Austin on an embalming table and cuts another promo while Austin is getting prepared.
He starts speaking in tongues.
Yeah. Like, I'm all into this. Because this is the start of the ministry, isn't it? This is
the only problem with this is the light stayed. The light stayed. I needed the light flicker and everything while he was speaking in tongues.
Bearer attempts to stab Steve Austin with a pair of scissors. Austin does manage to get away as Bearer kind of waddles after him, but it's here, Manny. I've been talking about this for a year at this point. The ministry is about to be here.
Yeah, but no one's in his ministry yet. It's just him and Paul Bearer.
Not yet. Southern Justice are soon to be. Well, one member of Southern Justice is soon going to be kidnapped. But for now, we will end this episode of Raw with a World Heavyweight title match. It's The Rock taking on X-Pac. The Rock is, of course, flanked by Bossman and Shamrock. X-Pac is, of course, flanked by the Outlaws.
Who all get sent to the back.
Yeah. Couldn't do that last week, though, ref. No? Couldn't do that last week.
Because Commissioner Michaels did it.
Fair. Yeah, he's in charge. He's really in charge. Yeah, it's. I mean, it should have been a DQ. It wasn't a DQ. It ends with Rock regaining his defends his title basically in 8 minutes.
Yeah,
not a bad match, but it's X-Pac and The Rock. Like The Rock shouldn't be fighting X-Pac really.
No, and Shawn Michaels. The Rock has a chair.
Yeah,
Shawn Michaels takes a chair away from The Rock and then blasts X-Pac with the chair. And then Jim Ross is mad. The Rock hits the corporate elbow, and it's over.
Yeah, the McMahon's head down to the ring and celebrate with the champion while Rock has his arm held up in the air by Shawn Michaels. The Outlaws head down to the ring to chase off the Rock as not Triple H, HBK, embraces Shane and Vince. Where's Triple H been? He's been seen him for weeks. Is he? Isn't he? Oh, from the ladder match. Of course. So yeah, that's how we end this week's episode of Raw. Bossman and Shamrock come out to beat up the Outlaws next pack, and Shane, Vince, The Rock, and Shawn Michaels are all crotch chopping at the top of the ramp, which is something I don't recall ever seeing, but I don't ever need to see again, to be honest.
I remember this.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, I watched it, but like I vividly remember this happening. I remember when I was after them being like, "Fuck you, Shawn, fuck you."
Yeah. So there we go, Manny. That is this week's episode of Raw is Retro. Who was your MVP for this week?
Well, it's the Undertaker.
For numerous attempted murders.
Numerous attempts of attempted murder, he gets away with it. Like,
yeah,
this man is living white privilege to the
I'm with
you.
He
has had 3 attempts of murder.
Yeah, and Bearer's tried to murder him as well. He's not innocent in all this. He's just as
3 attempted murder attempts and got away with all of them.
Yeah, I think we'll see quite a lot of this for the next couple of months as the ministry becomes.
Ross, he's attempted murder 3 times in 2 hours.
That is impressive. That is white privilege. That is absolute peak, to be fair. Yeah, I'm going to go with you because Undertaker's been great. I love it. Your match of the night?
Just for the sheer stuff that went through the whole night of like, oh, is Shawn working with DX? Is Shawn working with the McMahons? I think it's the main event because you didn't know where it was going.
No, you honestly
didn't. Well, you did because this is like 23, 24 years old. But like when I was watching it when I was like 12 or whatever age I was, this you just didn't know what direction it was done. Yeah, it was like really interesting to watch this one. Yeah,
I'm gonna go for the Outlaws versus the Job Squad, just because Billy Gunn gets whacked in the face by a leaf blower. I just didn't expect to see that. Really. I'm all for surprises in wrestling. But there we go. That brings an end to this week's episode of Raw is Retro. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. If you just found this in your algorithm's thrown it up on your YouTube homepage, subscribe. Hit the little button. Like all our videos. Share all of our videos. Hit the little notification bell so you get told when a new episode drops. And new episodes drop, I mean, almost daily, Manny, don't we? Run us through a week in the Sharpshooters channel.
A week in the Sharpshooters channel. It kicks off with the Untitled Manny and Marcus show, where we recap Raw on Tuesday. ETE on Wednesday with Marcus and all three faces of Jamal.
All of them.
Watch all of them, where they cover everything but WWE and AEW. However, they all sometimes it all sprinkles together, so they have to include some talk about it. And then it's back again with the Untitled Manny and Marcus Show Thursday edition, where we cover NXT. I don't know what .0 it is anymore, and AEW Dynamite. And then of course, you're watching this Friday. Raw is retro, but you get the wild card every week because you don't know what you're getting on Saturday. No. You might get Florida Eric, you might get regular Eric, you might get
all of them a few weeks ago.
Yeah, you might get Eric the bank manager or Eric
Detective
Estrada.
Eric.
Yeah, Detective Eric. You don't know what version of Eric you're getting on Saturday.
He's like Bray Wyatt. He's the Bray Wyatt of wrestling podcasts.
He's here.
Let him in. That is Saturday. That is the main wrestling show of the week. We'll cover everything else that happens in the week. Yeah, I mean, it's a jam-packed schedule. Like us, subscribe to us, share us about. People love wrestling these days. Share us about so everyone gets this kind of a little taste of everything. We've got a bit of everything for everyone. And if we haven't, let us know what we're missing, and we will find a way to cover it in some shape or form. We will be back next week with another episode of Raw is Retro, as we're almost at our year mark, aren't we? We started just after Christmas, I think.
Yeah, we did the first two. We did the last two episodes of Raw
of 97.
97.
Yeah,
as pilots for this, and then it's been non-stop since.
Yeah, so we're only a couple of weeks away from our year anniversary of Raw is Retro. Thank you if you've listened. Thank you if you've watched. Thank you if you've subscribed, commented, liked, any of that sort of stuff. Get involved with our socials. They're on your screen right now. You can see them right up there. If they're not, just search for The Sharpshooters. We'll be everywhere. We're in all of them. And email the show, thesharpshooters@gmail.com.
Make Eric read. Make Eric read.
Eric read.
Paragraphs, people. I want paragraphs. Even if it means copy and pasting text from a news article, just do it.
Just resend emails that you sent 15 years ago. That's what I did a few weeks back. I might do it again. I might find an old one and send it over. But we will be back next week with another episode of Raw is Retro. Until then,